Welcome to North Penn High School, where tonight we will see the North Penn Knights, who have a record of 7-8 overall, 3-5 in the Suburban 1 National Conference, face off against the William Tennent Panthers, who have a record of 1-14 overall, yet to win a game in the Suburban 1 National Conference. They are 0-8. Dan, tonight against William Tennent, they're coming into the game 0-8 in the league. They're pretty much out of the playoffs. They're just trying to get some wins. Definitely.
As you said, playoffs are completely out of the question, so they're just going to try and get as many points as possible and try and just win this game, come up with the best record that they can.
Well, Council Rock beat William Tennent 59-22 in a blowout on Friday night. Talking to the head coach of William Tennent before the game, Glenn Dalton, he was telling me, they just came out a little sluggish and couldn't catch up. And that's kind of been the story for William Tennent this season, just have not been able to put four quarters together to play a good basketball game. Let's go to the starting lineups for the visiting William Tennent Panthers. At guard, we'll have Hugh McCray and Ted Beazle. And also Charles Winslow, a sophomore, starting. Asa Carter-Hayes, number 42, and number 45, Tom Fenton. A big matchup tonight. And even Coach Dalton from Tennent doesn't know what the matchup is going to be, is who's going to play against Jay Joseph. Joseph comes into this game averaging 17.1 points per game. But Dan, let's talk about North Penn as a team right now. They're in the last week of January. This is the second to last game in the crossover division games for North Penn. Against Tennent tonight, they have Penn Ridge on Friday. Then they'll play all the teams in their division once more before the playoffs start. They're on a 4-game losing streak. Tonight's a good one to start to pick up the ball and get it rolling.
Definitely. They were really close last week. They only lost by 1 to Abington. So like I said, let's try and pick up that losing streak with this game tonight.
Well, they lost by 1 point to the Abington Ghosts on Friday, 52-51, in a very hotly contested game. They actually outplayed the Ghosts. They outshot them 44-25% from the field, out-rebounded Abington by 15 boards, and only gave up 9 turnovers. So a solid game from North Penn on Friday. Talking to Coach Mike Fergus before the game, he was pleased with the effort in that game, and they've had a good couple practices between Friday and tonight's game, and he says the kids' heads are up and they're looking to roll. So with that, let's take a look at the North Penn starting lineups. At guard, we're going to have Jowder and Hughes, number 22 and number 42. Two forwards are Clay Kucklick and Jay Joseph. As we said, Joseph has 17.1 a game coming in. And Andy Wimmer, number 40, the big guy on the court. He's the 6'5 junior center for the Knights. Mike Jowder, the only senior starting for the Knights. We've said this all year. A pretty young team for North Penn, but they've held their own, as we said, 7-8 in the Suburban 1 League. Figures to be a good one tonight. We had a barn burner in the JV game with a 2-point victory for William Tennent that went into overtime. So if that's any indication of how things are going to go tonight, hold on tight because it's going to be a good one. We'll be back with all the action and the opening tip-off after this on North Penn Television. Stay with us.
When you buy disposable products for your home, you're really saying, it's okay to deplete natural resources. So when they tell you to buy stuff that's reusable, you tell them you'd rather throw it all away. Buy smart, waste less, save more.
Be cool about fire safety.
What would you do if you were on fire? I don't know. Jump in a tub? No, you gotta stop, drop, and roll.
If your clothes got fire, you gotta drop to the ground. If your clothes got fire, you gotta roll round and round. You just stop, drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and roll. Get down on the ground and stop, drop, and roll. Get down on the ground and don't you ever stand. Roll round and round and cover your face with your hands. You just stop, drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and roll. Get down on the ground and stop, drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and roll.
Welcome back to North Penn High School. We are just underway here in the gym. William Tennent has taken over after the opening tip-off. In the corner for the Panthers, Tom Fenton. And now picking up play is Todd Bezel. Down low it goes. The layup is missed by Carter Hayes. Out of bounds. No, kept in by Tennent. To the basket goes Bezel. Dish. Basket is good by Asa Carter Hayes. The Panthers are up 2-0 early on, and North Penn will run right back down the court and look to run the floor here. Mike Jowder now will run the show for North Penn at point. Here's Wimmer. Dish down low goes out of bounds off of the Panthers. North Penn basketball underneath. Just underway, 2-0 is the score. William Tennent got an early basket. North Penn has not had a shot now. Here's a long three by Hughes. It's good. Nothing but net for number 42, and it is 3-2. North Penn in the lead. We're going to see that all night, Dan. Justin Hughes is going to shoot the lights out from three-point range. Tough left-hand layup right there, missed by Hugh McCray. Jowder scrambles for the loose ball. And North Penn with a 1-point lead just over a minute into this ball game. Tennent in a 2-3 zone. Hughes in the corner. Now Jowder. Wimmer tried to get that pass. It was picked off by Winslow, the sophomore, but he comes back, and Wimmer got it right back for North Penn. Jowder will set up the offense for the Knights. Hughes in the corner. He's going to take another three. He misses that one short. Joseph a bit too far underneath the basket to get that rebound, and Tom Fenton settles for the Panthers. Fenton pushes it over to Bezel, the 5'8 senior guard. Drives against Jowder to the lane. No basket, but a foul is called. Foul goes against North Penn's Mike Jowder, his first, the team's first. Shooting foul will send McCray to the line. Make that Bezel for 2 shots. One thing, Dan, in the game against Abington on Friday, North Penn, as we said, pretty much outplayed the Ghosts in every statistical category, except for the one that Coach Fergus told me about. That was free throws. Abington got to the line over 10 more times. They made 10 more free throws than North Penn, and in a 1-point game, that means a world of a difference.
Definitely, but it looks like they're going to be able to make up with those free throws. As we saw, they already pulled out one. Their only score so far has been a 3-pointer already.
Joseph to the basket. Tough shot is blocked, but not cleanly. Joseph will go to the line and shoot 2. Foul goes against. Number 5, Bezel, his first, team's first. But they call that a foul on the floor. I thought it was going to be a shooting foul, but North Penn will inbound instead. Hughes, he's going to take another 3. He makes that one. It's 6-3. North Penn doubling up William Tennent. North Penn has only taken 3 shots in the early going. They've all been 3-point attempts by Justin Hughes. He's 2 of 3. And Hughes shooting an amazing 47.1% from 3-point range this season. Jowder runs the fast break for the Knights. Goes to the basket. Good strip by Bezel, out of bounds. North Penn ball. Good hustle by Bezel coming back to break up the fast break for North Penn. They had numbers. They'll have to reset. 5:40 to go. The score 6-3. North Penn in the lead. Jay Joseph to the lane. Makes the jump shot from just inside the foul line. It's 8-3. Well, North Penn has run the perimeter with expertise in the early going here. Tennant's going to call a timeout, maybe to just change up the defense. Coach Dalton has a bit of a frustrated look on his face. You know, talking to him before the game, he said he was going to look for good individual matchups against Jay Joseph. But so far what we've seen is Justin Hughes getting open for the 3-pointer. And once he gets his shoulder square to the basket with nobody in his face, it's almost been automatic this year for Justin Hughes. So North Penn has executed well in the early going. And, you know, you look at the record of William Tennent, 1-14 coming into this game, have not won a game yet in the Suburban 1 National Conference. And I asked Coach Fergus, you know, what do you look to do? You look to come out, get an early lead, and then kind of send some of the reserves in. He said, no way. You want to get the ball rolling as they're about to pick up the division schedule again. They want to come out, obviously get the early lead. But, you know, a win is a win at this point. Those were the exact words that Coach Fergus used, and they're going to try to be all over William Tennent. Winslow's trapped in the corner, gets it out to Bezel. Now it's McCray. Contact under the basket. The layup's good by Fenton. Wimmer tried to draw the charge, didn't get the call. The score now 8-5 North Penn. Joseph has an open look at the three, walks around it, takes the jump shot and gets it. Had to step over a fallen Tennent defender on that play, but gets his third and fourth points of the game. It's 10-5. North Penn still doubling up the Panthers. Fenton trapped, loses his dribble, gets it back to Bezel. Now Fenton drives. Layup, no. Wimmer tries to rip that rebound. Fenton somehow comes up with it. Fenton again on the wing, guarded tightly by Wimmer. Big mismatch there in favor of North Penn, and the pass by Winslow, the sophomore, goes out of bounds, intended for McRae. North Penn basketball. 22nd timeout taken by North Penn. Not sure what this is for. I think Fergus just making some adjustments on the defensive matchups. Not sure, but 4.5 to go in the opening quarter. North Penn up 10-5 over the William Tennent Panthers. In the early going for North Penn, it's been the Jay Joseph and Justin Hughes show, as it has been for basically the entire season. Hughes with 6 of North Penn's 10 points, Jay Joseph with the other 4. Asa Carter-Hayes has 2 for Tennent, as does Tom Fenton. Todd Bezel has 1. Jowder, left-hand pass to Joseph. That was a rocket. Joseph couldn't control it. So another turnover. Now it goes back to William Tennent. Fenton isn't making any forward progress here. He's going to have to try to beat the 10-second clock, and does. Bezel on the wing against Hughes. Tight defense by Justin Hughes, but he gets beat to the basket. No, Hughes rips the rebound, and North Penn will push. Here's Jowder to Joseph. Fakes the three, goes to the basket. He's triple teamed and backs out. He's going to take a three again. Doesn't get it to roll off the rim. Kucklick, the offensive rebound. Back to Jowder, and North Penn will reset its offense. Good sequence by the Knights right there, although they did not get a basket. Continue to have possession. Wimmer posted up, back to Joseph in the corner. No good on the jump shot. Fenton pulls the rebound, gives it away. Joseph gets called for the charge. Tough call against him. Fenton does a good job to get position on Joseph and draw the charge. It will be Tennent basketball, and Joseph's first, the team's second. Checking into the game for the Panthers, number 31, Matt Derby, replacing Winslow, the sophomore. Bezel pushes for the Panthers. Down below it goes. And Matt Derby didn't have his bearings right on that one. Tried to put a layup on the backside of the backboard. That isn't going to work. Out of bounds, North Penn basketball. Jowder long pass to Joseph. Now it's Hughes. Backs in against Bezel. Play down low to Joseph. Underneath the basket. Tough layup. Doesn't fall. Fight for the rebound is won by Bezel. Pushes over. Give and go play. Executed perfectly except for the basket. McRae got a nice pass back to Bezel. He couldn't finish. It's still 10-5. 2:45 to go in the first quarter. North Penn set to bring in a couple substitutions. Tennent going to their bench as well. Jowder will circle back out for North Penn. Now it's Kucklick. Has plenty of room, and he'll back off. Jowder calling for a pick, doesn't get it. Now Kucklick down low. Joseph loses dribble, puts up the reverse. No good, but draws the foul. That should be against Asa Carter-Hayes, and it is. That'll be Hayes' first, team second. Jay Joseph will go to the line and shoot 2. First trip to the line tonight for North Penn. The Knights on the season are shooting about 69.5% from the line. They have been a good free throw shooting team. It's just been an issue of actually getting to the line this season for North Penn. Into the game for Abington, number 50, Kevin Eichner. And coming into the game for North Penn, Ross Borneman, number 21, and Jared Flamer, number 41. Joseph 2 of 2 from the line. And North Penn is up 12-5 over the Panthers with 2:20 to go in the first quarter. Bad pass ripped off by Joseph. Oh, but a better steal by Bezel.
He came out of nowhere.
Flamer goes for the block, gets called for the foul. Bezel makes the basket, and he'll go to the line and shoot one.
Watching the JV game earlier today, you saw a really pretty foul-intensive game. I wonder if this game's going to be the same way.
Yeah, you know, it was close down the stretch. It went into overtime. Both teams were scrapping at the end. A lot of loose balls. You know, you like to say an unnecessary foul by Jared Flamer, but he was going for the block. Here's a jump ball. Possession arrow favors North Penn. So that foul was Flamer's first, the night's third. 2:06 to go in the opening quarter. North Penn up by 5 over the visiting Panthers. North Penn fighting to get across midcourt. They do. Kuklik stops on a dime. I don't know how that wasn't a foul against Fenton reaching in there. Basket good on the layup by McCray over the block attempt of Ross Borneman. Now here's a foul from behind on Bezel. He's upset with that call. That's Bezel's second. He is really upset. Throws the ball at the official. Foul on the floor gives North Penn the basketball. Bezel's second, team's third. North Penn up by 3 here in the first quarter, 12-9. Borneman is into the game for Jowder running the point. Joseph to Flamer, has room from the foul line. Good, 14-9.
It's a sweet little shot right there.
Yeah, Jared Flamer has good range for a big man. Good touch. Behind the back goes Bezel. He stops and pops and misses. That ball is tipped, picked up by Joseph. He will wisely slow up as North Penn did not have numbers. He rips the pass cross court. Borneman gets the loose ball for 3. Yes!
Wow.
Ross Borneman, a 3-pointer, 17-9. North Penn up by 8. Big basket for Borneman, who comes into the game shooting 25% from beyond the arc, averaging 3.7 a game. Fenton short with the jump shot, not a good shot. Joseph comes away with it. He's going to take a 3. No, a 2-pointer. Foot was on the line, but it's good. A 10-point lead. Tennent calling for a timeout to stop the bleeding. And North Penn on a bit of a run here, leading by 10 with 42.5 seconds left to go in the opening quarter. Dan, we've seen North Penn just take over this game in the past couple minutes.
North Penn is full of these 3-pointers tonight. It's really great. You said earlier that they need to work on their free throw, and they seem to be doing really well with that so far. I've seen really the majority of those shots have been 3-pointers pretty much.
Yeah, I guess that's a valid statement. Jay Joseph just maybe 2 or 3 inches from making a 3-pointer on that last basket. He has a game-high 9 points. Jared Flamer with 2, Justin Hughes with 6, and Ross Borneman with 3. For William Tennent, Bezel with 3, Hugh McCray with 2, Esposito and Carter Hayes and Fenton have 2. Correction on Jay Joseph's score, it's 8, not 9. Counted that last basket as a 3-pointer, it was 2. Tennent has 35 seconds to work with here. They trail by 10. In the corner is Fenton. Gets around Graham Stiles, who's just into the game. Goes to the reverse layup, misses it, but draws the foul against Jared Flamer. That's Flamer's second. Team's 4th at the line, shooting 2 for the Panthers, Tom Fenton. Picking up some substitutions into the game for North Penn, number 30, Heike Johnson, and number 24, Graham Stiles. And also into the game for the Panthers, number 34, Josh Novotny, a 6'1 junior. Fenton 1 of 2 from the line. It's 19-10 with 25 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Fergus tells Borneman to get one and hold for the last shot. Now 16 seconds. Kuklik goes to the high post to Flamer. But the pass is picked off, and down the court go the Panthers. Novotny picks it up. 5 seconds to shoot for Borneman. He's going to drive, loses the dribble, but gets the foul called. That one goes against number 45. Fenton, his first, the team's 4th. Look at Dr. Cotter, the North Penn principal, watching this game. 2 seconds left for North Penn to find a shot under the basket. Winslow comes into the game for the Panthers, replacing Fenton. Here's Stiles. He takes a three at the buzzer. No good. So at the end of the first quarter, 19-12 the score. North Penn with a 7-0 lead. Got up to about a 10-point lead. Tennent starting to cut into the gap. But North Penn, as we said, up by 7.
North Penn is looking like really good tonight, actually.
Yeah, they have played inspired basketball in the early going here. Came out, they got down by 2 right away, but come back and get a couple three-pointers from Justin Hughes. They're on a 3 by Ross Borneman and another one by Jay Joseph. And the ball is rolling for North Penn right now, looking to get back up to the 500 mark with their record. Coming into the game just 1 game under 500 at 7-8. 3-5 in the Suburban 1 League, and as we said, there's a good chance for North Penn with a game tonight against William Tennent. They have a game tomorrow at Souderton, a non-league affair, and then one at Penn Ridge, a crossover game, before they get back to their division schedule, in which they'll play the Council Rocks, the Neshaminies, and the Pennsburys, a real tough part of the schedule for North Penn. So 1 quarter down, 3 to go, 19-12 the score as we get set for the start of the second quarter. William Tennent to inbound. Hugh McRae working against Ross Borneman, gets it in the corner to Novotny. Ball knocked loose by Hughes. Good look down low. Shot is partially blocked by Hughes. Put back no good by Derby, but he will go to the line and shoot 2 on the shooting foul. Foul against Jared Flamer. That's his 3rd. Just 16 seconds into the second quarter, Flamer in extreme foul trouble with 3. It's the night's 5th foul. They have just 1 more to give. First shot rattles out by Derby, and Evan Fitzpatrick is going to come into the game, replacing Jared Flamer, who goes to the bench with 3 fouls and 2 points. Well, Dan, you said free throws would be a factor, and William Tennent has not been that great from the line so far tonight.
And yeah, they've had plenty of chances, so.
Derby goes 1 of 2 from the line right there. North Penn leads by 6, 19-13 in the early stages of the second quarter. Justin Hughes, tight defense by Novotny. He goes to the lane, loses the ball, goes off of Hugh McRae. North Penn basketball. Borneman to inbound for the Knights. Gets it to Joseph. Thought about the 3, sends it over to High Key for 3, no. Tip back by Joseph, yes sir. A little smile on his face after that one. Great athletic play by Jay Joseph. Is up to 10 points now in the second quarter, 21-13 the score.
He definitely had the height advantage on that last part.
High Key had the height advantage here. Joseph to the basket, dunks! Good night, 23-13. Joseph throws that one down. Crowd on their feet at North Penn. Oh, baby. Just over a minute into the second quarter, and the game has reached an early crescendo, 23-13. Derby posted up, turns around in the lane, called for the travel. North Penn basketball. You saw the crowd rise to their feet as soon as Joseph got that basketball. They knew it was showtime, and JJ doesn't disappoint. 6.5 to go now in the second quarter. North Penn up by 10. Borneman almost loses his dribble, gets it to Hughes. Back to Borneman. Had Winslow in his face, gives it back to Fitzpatrick at the top. Now Borneman spots the 3. Rattles out. Fitzpatrick fights for the rebound, can't come up with it. It's Novotny for the Panthers. In the corner, Winslow double teamed. He's trapped, nowhere to go. Throws it smartly off the leg of Ross Borneman.
North Penn's playing some pretty good defense here. They're double teaming every single person who gets the ball.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of good traps by the Knights in the corners, both at half court and down on the baseline. Fenton comes back into the game for the Panthers. Tennent struggling to get the ball in. A little 15-footer is no good by McRae. Joseph pulls down the rebound with authority. Sends it to High Key. On the baseline, it's blocked by Ken Eichner. Long pass is out of bounds off of Ross Borneman. We're going to take a look at Jay Joseph lighting it up here at North Penn. Let's go to the replay. Just a two-handed stuff shot and brought the house down with that one. 5:53 on the clock. Tennent with the inbound. Fenton stepped out of bounds. North Penn basketball. Now Mike Esposito, a 5'10 junior guard, is going to come into the game to replace Josh Novotny. Novotny comes to the bench with 2 points for the Panthers. North Penn up by 10, 23-13. Joseph circles out to the top. He's going to take a three from straight away, just short with that. Uncontested rebound for Charles Winslow. Bad dribbling by Hugh McRae, but he somehow gets the ball back short with the layup. Heike Johnson the rebound, and he comes away with it. Good defense by the Knights once again. Borneman to Johnson for three. No. Fitzpatrick, the offensive rebound, put back, no, but the foul is called against, I think, Ken Eichner. Being told to settle down by the official right there. A little hot-headed after that call. That's Eichner's first, the team's fifth. Evan Fitzpatrick will go to the line and shoot two. Fitzpatrick, a 45.5% shooter from the line this season for the Knights. Good with the first. And into the game for the Panthers is Asa Carter Hayes, replacing Ken Eichner. Carter Hayes comes into the game with 2 points. Eichner yet to score for the Panthers. Now another sub for the Panthers coming into the game. One of the JV players who's double rostered. That's number 23. Well, we don't have him on our roster. How about that? Fitzpatrick, no good with the second. 24-13 the score. Fenton in the corner, matched up against Joseph. Doesn't get called for the charge. Thought Fitzpatrick was going to draw that, but Fenton gets the basket. Up to 5 points now. The leading scorer for the Panthers is Fenton. Justin Hughes, long range from the corner, no. Joseph, oh my, over everybody. Can't get the putback. Fight for the rebound is won by William Tennent. Winslow in the corner. Give and go play. Ball on the floor, picked up by North Penn. Fast break. Borneman with Johnson. Borneman takes the layup and makes it. 26-15, an 11-point lead for North Penn. Jowder and Wimmer waiting to get back into the game for North Penn. They'll have their starting five back in the lineup after this sequence. Here's Fenton, down low it goes. Pass intended for Carter Hayes, goes out of bounds off of William Tennent, North Penn basketball. And as we said, Wimmer and Jowder come into the game to replace Heike Johnson and Evan Fitzpatrick. Well, we've determined that number 24 for William Tennent is Angelo Goodwin, a 5'10 junior guard. Wimmer double teamed in the corner, somehow gets it over to Hughes, thought about the three, steps around Esposito, but Esposito picks up the steal. Now it's Goodwin. Fenton for three, short off the rim. Wimmer fighting for the rebound, loses that battle. Carter Hayes misses the putback. He'll go to the line and shoot two. Foul is Wimmer's first, the team's sixth. And Carter Hayes is at the line to shoot two for the Panthers, who trail by 11 with 3:35 to go in the first half. Carter Hayes no good with the first. He'll have another, however. Bezel will come into the game to replace Esposito. Esposito goes to the bench with 2 points. Bezel does have two fouls as he checks back in. Carter Hayes 0 of 2 from the line, but a big offensive rebound, but airballed on the putback. Carter Hayes manages to pick up the garbage and put it back in. It is 26-17, North Penn up by 9. Jowder across midcourt to Joseph. Joseph calls for help, gets it over to Jowder. Borneman, the corner three. No. Joseph picks it up in the lane. Turnaround. Swatted by Carter Hayes. Out of bounds it goes. Big defensive stand. North Penn calling for a timeout with 3:05 to go. Leading by 9 are the Knights. Jay Joseph getting a little taste of his own medicine right there, getting blocked by Carter Hayes. Right now it's Jay Joseph's ball game. He has 13 points. Justin Hughes with 6 on the strength of 2 3-pointers. Ross Borneman with 5. Jared Flamer with 2. Fitzpatrick with 1 for the Knights. For the Panthers, Fenton has 5 points. Esposito has 4. Actually, that's Carter Hayes with 4. Novotny 2. Bezel 3. McRae 2. And Derby 1. So we have 3:05 to go as North Penn discusses some strategy, and William Tennent does the same in their respective huddles. North Penn leading by 9, 26-17. North Penn to inbound as we break from this timeout. So North Penn looking for a couple more points, increase the lead before the half is over. As we said just before, Jay Joseph starting to take over this game. Hughes, the quick three. No, off the rim. Carter Hayes pulls the rebound. He's playing a great game for the Panthers tonight. Here's Goodwin. Steps around Borneman. Pass knocked loose by Hughes. Goes back out to Bezel. Fenton has it stripped by Joseph. Good play. Here comes Jowder. 2:40 to go in the half. Joseph to Borneman. Ball on the floor. Carter Hayes. Loose ball, jump ball called. Favor North Penn, the possession arrow. And Clay Kucklick comes into the game for North Penn, replacing Ross Borneman, who goes to the bench with 5 points. Good game for Borneman thus far. Jowder to inbound, back to Hughes. Jowder off of the foot of Winslow. Knights basketball once again. Jowder to Hughes, steps around a 3. Double teamed, back to Wimmer. Joseph straight away, thought about the 3, passes it up. North Penn working the perimeter, as usual. Here's Jowder calling the shots. Joseph steps around another shot. Good ball control by Joseph. In the corner goes to Hughes, takes the 3. Long. And the rebound pulled by Bezel. Under 2 minutes now in the second quarter. North Penn holding on to that 26-17 lead. Goodwin against Kucklick. Now Fenton rips a pass down low. Tennent was on the baseline when they caught that pass, so it is North Penn basketball. And we're going to see Mac Casey check into the game for North Penn, replacing Justin Hughes. Comes to the bench with 6 points. 100 seconds to go in the first half as Jowder comes across midcourt. Joseph sends it to Kucklick. And now he'll get it back in the corner. Jowder cross court. Casey open, but just into the game, isn't going to take that 3. Quick pass to Joseph. Steps around a defender. Look to pass it down low to Kucklick. Maybe Clay wasn't expecting that one. North Penn turns it over. Goes to William Tennent. Goodwin comes up for the Panthers. And now it's Bezel against Jowder. Tough defense by North Penn. Forces a errant pass that goes off of Wimmer. Tennent ball underneath the basket. Minute 5 to go. North Penn leading 26-17. Quick play into Carter Hayes. Misses the shot. Joseph goes behind the back again and holds it up to Wimmer. 55 seconds to go now in the second quarter. Casey in the corner. to Joseph. 3. No, off the rim. Out of bounds, no. Saved by Tennent's Bezel. 40 seconds to go now. Bezel goes the length of the court, dishes. Tough shot on the baseline, no good by Fenton. Out of bounds off of Bezel. Looked like he might have gotten poked in the eye there. He's okay.
That hurts.
34 and a half to go in the second quarter. North Penn might hold for a last shot. That looks like what Fergus is calling for. Now 25 seconds to shoot. Look for Jay Joseph to get the last shot in this half. He's open on the wing. He's going to take the corner 3, misses it. Casey, big rebound, blocked by Carter Hayes. He's been a force on defense. Now under 10 seconds. Touch pass. No charge called. Basket no good. North Penn with 3 seconds. Jowder puts it up at the buzzer. No, off the glass. 26-17. North Penn only managed 7 points in the second quarter. I'll look at some of the numbers in the first half. Jay Joseph finishes with 12 in the opening 16 minutes. That's a game high. Justin Hughes, 6. Ross Borneman, 5. Jared Flamer, 2. Fitzpatrick, 1. For the Panthers, Tom Fenton, the leading scorer with 5. Asa Carter Hayes has 4. Bezel with 3. McCray and Novotny with 2. And Matt Derby with 1. So North Penn has a 9-point lead after 16 minutes of play here at North Penn High School. We're going to step aside, but we'll be back with the final half after this short break on North Penn Television. Stay with us.
That many fires started because kids played with matches and lighters?
It's really sad. The fire started with matches and lighters for thousands of people last year.
Like parents and grandparents?
And brothers and sisters. If you ever see matches or lighters, don't touch them.
Uh-oh! Somebody left out matches and a lighter.
Remember,
Wow!
keep your eyes open, and if you see these, tell a grown-up right away. But never touch them, and you'll be a real superhero.
Like a deputy fire marshal?
Exactly.
Don't touch matches or lighters. Tell a grown-up instead. Be cool about fire safety. Be cool. It's a birthday. I'm the man. It's a birthday.
Exercised lately?
Back now at North Penn High School. North Penn leading by 9 as we get set to start the third quarter. 26-17 the score. Dan, your thoughts on the first half?
Oh, so far so good. North Penn leading by 9 points. Looking to, they've lost 4 times in their past games, so they're looking to pull out a win here. Trying to do it, and so far so good. Pretty foul-intensive game though, just like in the junior varsity. They've got, I believe it's 6 fouls on them in like just the first quarter, in the first half actually.
Yeah, 3 against Flamer. He's in trouble. Bezel with 2 fouls for William Tennent, so that could be a factor as the game wears on. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I should say, for North Penn, Flamer is not a starter, so he will be on the bench for the better part of the second half anyway. Here goes Jowder. He's got a break with Joseph. Jowder, yes, on the layup. 28-17. North Penn picks up right where they left off as Jowder scores his first 2 points of the game. 28-17. North Penn up just 30 seconds into the third quarter, I should say. Turnaround in the lane, partially blocked by Wimmer. Putback is an air ball by Charles Winslow. Ball loose, picked up by Joseph. spins around Hugh McRae. And across midcourt, the Knights have the ball. Here's Joseph on the wing, kicks it back out to Jowder. Just over a minute into the third quarter, North Penn has the only 2 points of the second half. 28-17 the score. Wimmer double and triple teamed, almost threw it up the wrong way through the basket, but Tennent comes away with a loose ball. It's Hugh McRae. Winslow has his pass tipped. Kucklick hits the floor hard. He shakes the cobwebs out. He's all right. Joseph matched up against Winslow. Actually, that's Fenton. Now Jowder. Hughes in the corner. Joseph at the top of the key against Bezel. Drives, pulls back. Now Jowder. Down to Wimmer. Joseph for three. Yes!
Nice.
Jay Joseph the tray, and it's 31-17. North Penn, their largest lead of the ballgame at 14. Timeout called.
Said his fourth three-pointer this game.
I'm not sure about that. He does have 15 points, though. And William Tennant calls a 20-second timeout as they have yet to score in the half. North Penn on a 5-0 run to open up the second half of play here at North Penn High School, leading by 14. Tennant to inbound after this timeout. Of course, William Tennant having an offensive splurge tonight in comparison to the game against Council Rock on Friday, in which they only scored 22 points. They already have 17 as we start playing the second half. Just not a lot of firepower for Tennant, and we noticed in the first half they pretty much didn't make many layups. They had a lot of chances underneath the basket, couldn't convert. McRae drives and draws the foul against Clay Kucklick. That's Kucklick's first and the team's first in the second half. Tennant to inbound far side. Bezel gets it into Fenton, anticipated by Joseph. He knocks it out of bounds. Panthers will inbound again with 5:45 to go in the third quarter. North Penn up by 14. McRae in the backcourt loses his dribble. Ball is on the floor, picked up by Kucklick. Good hustle by the Knights to pick up the loose ball. Tennant yet to score in the second half. Joseph, he is harassed in the lane. If they call that a shooting foul, he'll get his 2 shots. Waiting on the call. Foul goes against number 40, Winslow, his first. Team's first. Ooh, they call that one on the floor, saying Joseph was not attempting a shot there. Jowder inbounding underneath the basket. Gets it back to Hughes nicely. They play catch. Pass tipped. Coming away with it's McRae. Dishes to Bezel. Reverse layup. No, once again, Tennant just not getting the bounces on the rim tonight. It's unfortunate. Long-range shot by McRae, no good. Asa Carter-Hayes. Ooh, Clay Kucklick is bleeding out of his right eye. Or his left eye. You can see that there on our shot. He's going to have to come out of the game. He is bleeding profusely. I don't know if he caught an elbow or whatnot, but looks more like a hockey game than a basketball game as Kucklick is dripping just above his right eye. It's been cut.
Not good.
Yeah, he's going to have to leave. That's probably going to mean stitches for Kucklick. And the trainer here, Dave DeFusco, is just going to take him out of the gym and into the trainer's office. He'll get a nice round of applause from the crowd. Couldn't see where he picked up the cut. Might have been an elbow underneath the basket, but it just started bleeding, and any cut around your face is just going to drip like a faucet. So Kucklick will have to possibly even go to the hospital and get stitches. We'll see if we can find anything out about that. Okay, let's take a look at the replay on that last sequence under the basket and look for number 23 under the basket. Oh, yeah, caught an elbow right there from number 40. That was Charles Winslow. So look at the replay will prove that it was an elbow indeed that caught Clay Kucklick, and that's going to probably take him out for the night. they're going to have to do a little damage detail and clean up the blood on the floor out of Kucklick. So still 5:10 to go in the third quarter. North Penn leading 31 to 17. Tennent still has not scored in the third quarter.
If that was an eye injury, he'll be lucky to be back for the next game.
Yeah, and actually that's a good point, Dan, because North Penn plays tomorrow night, not their usual Tuesday, Friday schedule this week. They'll play at Souderton tomorrow night in a non-league game. Souderton struggling through a very tough schedule this year. There's been a lot of publicity in the local area about the Souderton basketball team and their plight this year through a tough Suburban One American Conference schedule, which features two of the best teams in the state in Norristown and Hatboro Horsham. And of course, they have to play them both twice. Throw in Plymouth Whitemarsh here and there and a couple other teams. And Souderton has one of the toughest schedules in the area, and they've only picked up 1 or 2 wins this season. So North Penn kind of playing the bottom of the heap over these 2 days, looking to pick up 2 wins, and should have a good one on Friday against Penn Ridge. Fenton loses the dribble. Here's Hughes. Tries to bounce pass to Jowder. Out of bounds it goes off a bezel. North Penn basketball. Ross Borneman to inbound, who has come into the game for the injured Clay Kucklick. Motion on the inbound. Borneman nowhere to go with it. Just gets it into Hughes before the 5-second violation. Wimmer, turnaround shot. No. Joseph goes for the putback. He goes over the back, and that will be called against him. That foul is Jay Joseph's second, and the Knights' second in the second half. Tennent to inbound. McCray gets across midcourt. He's immediately trapped. Now to Bezel. Wild layup, no good. Bright took an elbow there. Now Fenton on the wing. McCray with a fancy move. Finally gets Tennant's first points of the second half. It is 31-19. Hughes for 3. No, off the rim. Wimmer put back. No. Joseph put back. No. Wimmer, rebound, has it ripped away. Jump ball. Possession arrow favoring North Penn. So good hustle by North Penn under the basket to pick up the jump ball call, and leading by 12, they'll inbound on the baseline. Borneman to Wimmer. Turnaround shot. No, short off the rim. Carter Hayes the rebound, and Tennant comes up with it. Bezel, no good on the layup. Gets the loose ball. Left-hander. Oh, boy, what a shot by Bezel right there to get it to fall. It's a 10-point lead for the Knights. Tennant on a 4-0 run. Hughes trying to stop the run with a 3. Misses it. Gets his own rebound. Put back in the air. No. Wimmer, reverse. Can't get that one to fall. North Penn now not getting the bounces they want off the rim. McCray into the corner. Bright thought about a 3, steps around it. Now Fenton loses it. Hughes dives for the ball, can't come up with it. Carter Hayes layup, no. Gets his own rebound, puts it up, can't get that to fall, but will go to the line and shoot 2. Foul against Ross Borneman, his first, the team's 4th. And Carter Hayes will go to the line for the Panthers and shoot 2. .322 on the clock in the third quarter. The score 31-21. Carter Hayes gets the lead back down to single digits, making that free throw, as Jared Flamer comes into the game with 2 points and 3 fouls, replacing Andy Wimmer, who has yet to score in tonight's contest. Carter Hayes now for the second half of his free throws. 2 of 2 from the line is Asa Carter Hayes. And with 3:20 to go in the third quarter, it is 31-23 as Tennant continues to chip away at the North Penn lead. Here's Borneman at the top, now to Jowder. Perimeter passing by North Penn. Here's Joseph against Bright. Now Hughes. North Penn continuing to keep the ball outside that three-point arc. Here's Joseph in the corner, now back to Jowder. Borneman in the corner, thought about a three, almost went up with it, but controlled himself. Now he goes baseline, stops and pops, misses. Rebound by McCray. He has a fast break, but he'll pull up and wait for some support. Fenton steps around a three, swatted by Flamer. Joseph picks it up. 2:15 to go. 31-23 in the third quarter at North Penn High School. The Knights lead the Panthers. Hughes steps around another three, takes a long jumper and hits it. 33-23. Justin Hughes scores his first points since the first quarter. He now has 8. Bezel sends it into the corner to David Bright. Now to Fenton in the lane. Gets the layup to go. Back now to an 8-point lead for North Penn. Bezel anticipating the pass to Hughes, knocks it out of bounds. North Penn basketball leading 33-25 with a $1:42 to play in the third quarter. Jowder brings up for North Penn. Hughes takes the three and makes the three. It's 36-25 as the cheers of Hughes rain down from the North Penn crowd. 1:25 now on the clock. Fenton down low, picked off by Joseph. Gets around Fenton to the basket. Oh, called a tough play right there. They're going to see if that's on the floor or not. Foul goes against McCray, his first, team's third. Foul was on the floor, so North Penn inbounds with 1:18 on the clock, leading by 11. Back to Joseph. Dangerous pass, but Joseph, using his height, comes down with that one. Jay's going to take a three. Yes!
Nice.
Back-to-back three-pointers for Hughes and Joseph as Clay Kucklick returns back into the gym. Got a little bit of a butterfly closure over his left eye. It's a bit swollen, but he might be able to play. Backcourt violation against the Panthers. North Penn basketball. 55.2 seconds to go in the third quarter. 14-point lead for the Knights. Three-pointer by Joseph, no good. Flamer loses the fight for the rebound by Bezel. Gives to Fenton, left-hand layup, no. Rebound Joseph, fast break for the Knights. They have numbers. Joseph will take it himself to the basket, yes. Jay Joseph continues to take over this ball game. A 16-point lead for the Knights. 30 seconds to go. Flamer, the steal. We might see a dunk here. Yes, sir, Jared Flamer. You know, I was talking to him before the game, and he told me, hey, if I get a fast break, I'm dunking that thing, and he's raising the roof. He's got it down. 43-25, a large lead for the Knights. 18 points down low to Carter Hayes, yes. 10 seconds for the Knights. Jowder brings it up. 5 seconds now. Jowder gets a pick to the lane. Bank shot, no. Put back, Flamer, buzzer, no, doesn't fall.
Almost in there.
But a great third quarter by the North Penn Knights, increasing their lead to 16. This crowd is going crazy. Flamer brought them to their feet with that dunk. Almost missed it, but got it to go. And you can almost say that Flamer called a shot tonight, saying that he wanted to get a dunk if he had the opportunity. So a great play by Flamer. Well, after 3 quarters, in case you've not been paying attention for the first 3, Jay Joseph, 20 points. It's his show tonight. Justin Hughes has 11. Jared Flamer with 4. A big 2 coming in the late going in the third quarter. Borneman with 5. Jowder with 2. For William Tennent, Tom Fenton has 7 points. Asa Carter Hayes has 8. Ted Beazle with 5. Hugh McCray with 4. Josh Novotny with 2. And Matt Derby with 1. So William Tennent, as we said, a bit of an offensive explosion tonight compared to their 22-point outburst against Council Rock on Friday. Trailing by 16 as North Penn put together a great third quarter right there. Got out on an early run, let Tennent catch up a little bit, and then has now been on an 8-0 run since Tennent cut the lead to 8. Ball in as we begin play in the final 8 minutes here at North Penn High School. Hugh McCray gets it over to Ted Beazle down low. It's Fenton. The short jumper is short. Fight for the rebound is won by Fenton. Good dish to Carter Hayes, and he makes that one. 43-29 the score. Heike Johnson is into the game for North Penn. He's replaced Mike Jowder. Borneman to Flamer. Now Hughes around Fenton to the basket. Hughes layup, no, but he'll draw the foul and go to the line and shoot two. That foul goes against Carter Hayes, his second and the team's third. Justin Hughes at the line to shoot two. Hughes for the season a 60% free throw shooter. He's about to say 43.8%. That's actually his shooting from the floor. One of the more accurate shooters for North Penn. Hughes is good with the first. And swishes down the second. 45-29 the score. North Penn up by 16 with 7:20 to play here at North Penn. Bezel goes through the defense. Now a loose ball is picked off by Justin Hughes. Dribbles out of trouble. Comes across midcourt. Dishes to Johnson. High key to the basket. Foul called on the tough shot by Johnson. That call goes against David Bright, his first, the team's fourth. Heike Johnson at the line, shooting two. Johnson for the season, 75% from the line. Hasn't made many trips, however, just 3 of 4 from the line. First shot no good by Johnson. Into the game for William Tennent, number 50, Ken Eichner, replacing number 42, Asa Carter Hayes, who has played a great game for Tennent on both sides of the court. He leaves the game with 10 points and 2 fouls. Johnson 1 of 2 from the line, 46-29. North Penn building on their lead now at 17 points, 7 minutes to go. Hugh McCray across midcourt with it. In the corner is Bezel against Flamer. Good lob pass to Fenton, but he misses the layup. Eichner, however, is there to put it back for the Panthers. And it's 46-31. Justin Hughes on the wing to Flamer. Now it's Borneman. 6:25 on the clock. North Penn up by 15. Borneman steps around to 3, and he'll circle back out. Hughes to the lane, layup, good. 48-31, North Penn back up into a 17-point lead. 2 minutes into the fourth quarter.
Looks like Tennent needs to pick up their defense a little bit more.
Yeah, they've been getting a little lax underneath the basket. North Penn getting a lot of putbacks on offense. Bezel, tight defense by Hughes. Now a three-pointer by Bright is well short. Loose ball picked up by Bezel. Clean strip by Joseph on the floor. Bezel put back, yes. Sat up on the rim for a while, then decided to drop. 5.5 to go in the ball game. 48-33 the score. Backdoor play to Joseph. Oh, clean block. But he gets it right back and puts it in. Eichner stripped the ball as Joseph went to the basket, but it wound up in the hands of Jay, and he put it up. 22 points now for Jay Joseph. McCray loses the dribble. Long pass to Johnson. Layup is no good. Put back. Oh, Joseph Wood really brought the house down quite literally with that putback. Hughes called for the reach-in. Going for that ball. A crowd on their feet in anticipation of that one.
That's rough when that happens.
Joseph just missed that one. Full timeout called by Coach Ferguson, North Penn. Might see some substitutions start filtering into the game for North Penn as they lead by 17 with 4:58 to go here in the fourth quarter. Pretty much right now, William Tennent playing for pride, as it would be darn near impossible to come back from this deficit with only 5 minutes to go.
Definitely not seeing this game go into overtime.
Yeah, just like the JV game that went into overtime. I wouldn't imagine this one would go into overtime, but we've seen a lot of crazy things this year, namely the Lansdale Catholic North Penn football game on Thanksgiving. Wild finish in that one. You can expect anything. 5 minutes to play. That's a lot of basketball left. You could see Tennent go on a run here. But the way North Penn's been playing, you'd have to doubt that. I'm looking at Clay Kucklick in the North Penn huddle. He's got those butterfly closures over his left eye. He's got an ice pack in his hand. Probably, if he needed to come back into the game for North Penn, he would, but he's not going to. He's just going to kind of take a seat at the end of the bench and take the rest of this in. Fenton goes to the basket. Joseph thought about blocking it, but didn't want to. Picked off by Bezel on the inbound. Joseph a bit lazy with that one, but pulls the rebound. Goes behind the back to McCray, loses the dribble. Two uncharacteristic turnovers for Jay Joseph back-to-back. Flamer is called for his fourth foul, and that is North Penn's sixth in the second half. William Tennent will get 2 free throws out of this sequence, and they'll be taken by Ted Bezel. Bezel at the line with 7 points in tonight's contest. No good with the first. Second one is good, however, and with all fours on the clock here, it is a 14-point lead for North Penn, 50-36. Foul called against Hugh McCray. North Penn would have been hard-pressed to beat the 10-second violation on that sequence. They're a little bit lazy getting the ball up the court, but catch a break on McCray's second foul, the team's fifth. Johnson in the backcourt. Long pass to Joseph. Into the lane, loses the ball. Clean strip. Now a loose ball picked up by Borneman off the tip from Flamer. Joseph rebounds it, gets it to fall, draws the foul. He'll go to the line and shoot one after picking up the basket. Foul goes against Bright. That's Bright's second, team sixth. Joseph trying to finish off a 3-point play. At the line now with 24 points is Joseph. Big night for the junior forward. Got it to go. 25 points now for Jay Joseph. And a 17-point lead for the Knights. 4:17 to go in the ball game. McCray against High-Key Johnson. Now Fenton's going to look at a three. Got it. Nothing but net for Fenton.
Right in there.
53-49, a 14-point lead. Joseph, look at his speed. Gets around 3 William Tennent defenders. He'll send it back out. High-Key Johnson pass to Borneman. Joseph for 3. No, off the rim. Hughes on the floor. Good hustle to Joseph. Loses it. McCray comes away with it. Joseph tried to strip. Can't get it. Layup good by Bezel. 53-41, North Penn in the lead by 12. Joseph is called for the walk. That's a good call by the official. North Penn calling for a timeout, and they get it. Knights starting to get a little sloppy, but at this juncture of the game does not really matter. 3:25 to play in the fourth quarter. North Penn up 53-41. Looks like North Penn's going to check in Andy Lanzone, a 6'1 junior guard, at the end of this timeout. As Coach Fergus starting to go to his bench in the late going here. Lanzone has not checked in yet, though. I thought he was going to come in after this timeout. They're going to wait for just a little while longer to bring in Lanzone. Tennent to inbound right in front of us. It's Ted Bezel. Gets it in the backcourt to Hugh McCray. And up he comes with 3:20 to play. Fenton circles out. Good look down low to Bezel. Flamer returns that one to sender. No such luck for Bezel on that one. Here's Fenton. Moves around Borneman to the lane. Another block by Flamer. Oh, baby. Jared Flamer playing a great game for North Penn. And Flamer coupled with Joseph have been a dominant force on defense for the Knights. Mike Jowder back into the game for North Penn, replacing High-Key Johnson. And also into the game for William Tennent, Charles Winslow. Jowder crisscrosses in front of the Tennent defense. 2:45 to go in the fourth quarter. 53-41. Flamer posted up. Will back out of trouble. Jowder in the corner drives, loses the ball, but a foul is called against Bezel. That is Bezel's third. And the team is over the limit, so Jowder's at the line shooting a 1-and-1. .12 lead for the Knights, as time is starting to run out on the Tennent Panthers. Jowder no good on the first. And into the game for North Penn, Andy Lanzone replacing Ross Borneman. Borneman, a great game tonight, 5 points, all coming in the first half, while the game was still in question. But Lanzone getting his first appearance of tonight's game. Jowder, uncharacteristically 0 of 2 from the line. Flamer doesn't get the putback. Score remains 53-41, 2.5 to go. McCray across midcourt. Flamer reaches in. Oh, that's 5 on Jared. He's done for the night. Team is also over the limit. So 5 on Jared Flamer. He comes to the bench where he will remain for the rest of this one with 4 points. 2 coming on a big dunk on a follow-up. And it is 53-41 as going to the line is Ken Eichner. Flamer gets a nice hand from the crowd as Evan Fitzpatrick comes into the game to replace him. Jared Flamer getting congratulations from the entire bench. 4 points doesn't seem like much, but Flamer's been playing a lot larger than his 6'4" frame tonight. This is a 1-on-1 opportunity for Ken Eichner at the line. First one is no good, and Joseph pulls the rebound for North Penn. 2:20 to go in the ballgame. Jowder across midcourt. Tough defense by Bezel. And that is a 5-second violation against Mike Jowder. Didn't get to the timeline in 5 seconds. Asa Carter-Hayes checks back into the game with 10 points, replacing Ken Eichner. Hugh McCray across midcourt now. Give and go nicely with Fenton, and McCray gets it to fall. McCray now has 6 points on the night. North Penn lead cut to 10. North Penn needs to get a couple baskets here to put this one out of question. Hughes gets around Carter-Hayes to the basket. Tough layup, no foul called. He went down right in front of our cameraman right there. Good work by Matula Jmera on camera there. Ball is knocked loose. Oh, boy.
They both hit the floor on that one.
We got a football game breaking out here as Andy Lanzone gets a standing ovation from the North Penn crowd hustling after that one. We got a timeout called by William Tennent.
Last minute and a half of this game, both teams are playing really hard. You see a lot of hustling out there, a lot of good defense, a lot of offense.
Well, one thing this crowd would love to see would be Andy Lanzone to make a basket. He scored only 1 field goal so far this season, but on the bright side for Lanzone, he's 1 of 1 from the floor. He's shooting 100%, automatically the leading most accurate shooter for North Penn, but of course only one shot taken this year. We might see him put one up before the end of this game. That would definitely bring the crowd to their feet. North Penn leading by 10, 53-43 with 91 seconds to play in the ball game. Tennent starting to run out of timeouts, but you don't want to rule anything out. They could go on a scoring spree here to close out the game, as North Penn's allowed the Panthers to creep closer and closer toward the end of this ball game. And if not for a strong third quarter by the Knights, we might have a little bit of a closer game. North Penn inbound on the far sideline at midcourt. Justin Hughes gets it in. Ill-advised pass by Fitzpatrick is picked off by Fenton. McCray across midcourt. Tennent looking for a quick basket, then might go to the intentional fouls. Fenton on the wing, a three-pointer is no good. Missed by Bezel. Jowder picks up the loose ball. Jowder trapped, gets around two defensemen. Nice dribbling, draws the foul. Foul's going against Ted Bezel. His fourth, the team's eighth. North Penn going to bring in a couple subs, as will William Tennant. So let's pick up the subs for you. Coming into the game for North Penn, number 10, Jan Rex-Steiner. Number 24, that's Graham Stiles. And number 11, I think that's Naveen Mohiuddin, one of the JV players for North Penn, getting some playing time tonight. David Bright also checked back in for William Tennant. Jowder misses the front end of the 1-and-1, and with a minute left, it's still 53-43. Basket no good, but foul called.
He's upset about that one.
Yeah, Bezel really wanted that one to drop. Foul goes against Andy Lanzone, his first, the team's eighth. So with that, Ted Bezel will go to the line and will have a chance to get the Panthers back within striking distance. They trail by 10.
Tennant has a chance to pull up their score a little bit, close the gap.
Bezel misses the first. Tennant struggled at the line tonight, shooting no better than 50%, I would imagine. 0 of 2 at the line was Bezel. Ball on the floor, picked up.
Good recovery.
Fight for the ball. Possession arrow favors North Penn on the jump ball call. And it is Knights basketball. 52.3 seconds to go. Stiles to inbound. Lanzone gives it back to Graham. And here's Mohiuddin. In the corner, Lanzone for three. Oh boy, that would have brought the house down. Up comes McCray. Fenton, three, air ball. Well, it actually works out to be a nice lob pass under the basket to Asa Carter-Hayes. How about that? 8-point lead for North Penn, and the Panthers will go to the intentional fouls. Hugh McCray picks up the call on that one. That's his third, the team's ninth. So Jowder will have a 1-and-1. Crucial to make the first free throw here. .6 left on the clock.
North Penn's made a pretty good showing with these foul shots. This could be a chance for them to pull ahead even more.
Well, Jowder misses the first, so he won't get another. Tennant pushing, trailing by 8 with 23 seconds left. Here's a three-pointer by Bright. Airballs it right across midcourt.
Ooh, two players go down on that.
Yeah, that was Lanzone for North Penn and Bezel in a fight for the ball. No foul called. It's North Penn basketball. Coming into the game for Tennant is Mike Esposito, replacing Asa Carter-Hayes. Long pass. Jowder comes up with it. Mohiuddin takes a jump shot. No. Foul under the basket. Lanzone waiting for a putback. Got shoved brutally out of the way by Tom Fenton. So he will go to the line and shoot two. And the crowd anticipating a couple points out of Andy Lanzone here. Well, I'm not going to say anything. I'll just let the crowd tell you what happens at the line because they'll go nuts if he makes one. Well, Lanzone, after missing that one, kind of shrugged his shoulders at the crowd, saying, sorry, guys. But he has another one to go here as North Penn leads by 8 with 11.8 seconds to go. Here's Lanzone's second.
Obviously, that one went in.
What more could be said about that one? 8 seconds to shoot for Tennent in the corner. Esposito gets that one to go. And a quick timeout taken by Tennent. Obviously thinking they're still in this game with 2.6 seconds left.
What can they do?
54-47 is the score. North Penn up by 7. William Tennent getting a couple of good performances tonight out of Asa Carter-Hayes and Tom Fenton and Ted Bezel. All three of those players in double digits. Esposito and Fenton with 12, Bezel with 10. But story tonight has been Jay Joseph, 25 points and a solid defensive game. Justin Hughes also picked up 15 for the Knights tonight. And Jared Flamer, 4 points, but fouled out. Solid defensive game by Flamer, picking up a couple block shots and doing a good job of controlling the boards for North Penn tonight, which is one thing they've been doing real well in the past couple games. They've been getting the rebounds, and that makes a difference in a lot of these ball games. Knights to inbound with 2.6 seconds left. Home run pass to Rechsteiner. Runs into the wall on the far side of the court. Clock obviously doesn't start because no Knights player actually touched the ball. So Tennent will have an inbound here. They're going to bring in Asa Carter-Hayes to replace Josh Novotny. Fenton to inbound for William Tennent. 2.6 on the clock. Ball on the floor, and that's it. The North Penn Knights come away from this one with a 54-47 win. Only a 7-point margin of victory, but as Coach Fergus told me before the start of tonight's game, a win is a win, and a win is what the North Penn Knights got tonight. Off of a strong performance by Jay Joseph, he gets 25 points. Justin Hughes with 15, Ross Borneman 5, Mike Jowder 2, Heike Johnson, Evan Fitzpatrick, and Tim Lanzone each made a free throw for 1 point. Tom Fenton and Asa Carter-Hayes finished the game for the Panthers with 12 points. Ted Bezel with 10, Hugh McRae with 6, Josh Novotny and Mike Esposito with 2. Also, Ken Eichner had 2, and Matt Derby with 1. So once again, the final score, 54-47. North Penn snaps a 4-game losing streak. They have Souderton tomorrow night, and they will be playing Penn Ridge on Friday night. And that is the last of the crossover games for North Penn as they will get back into a tough division schedule and try to make the District 1 playoffs to close out the season. Their record now, 8-8. Tennent drops to 1-15, 0-9 in the Suburban 1 League. That's going to wrap up our coverage here from North Penn High School. The director of North Penn Television Sports tonight was Mary Fakish. For Dan McKean, I'm Kyle Berger. So long, everybody.